Should have updated the title to be like, I don't know, more chill. This is on feature operation. Yeah. All right. So what I want to do after I get this merged into stage, at least, is kind of brainstorm how I'm going to separate concerns. Because the boilerplate's pretty much done. Actually, I'm gonna change. That's one thing I am gonna do right now. I'm gonna migrate away from Go High Level because it is a subscription-based thing. Like, you have to pay $100 to use it, and so I'm gonna use a more native one. So after I get this merged in, actually, let's go to here. Let's go into stage. This is kind of a bigger PR, but we're gonna rock with it. Create a pull request. I love that this worked, by the way. It's so sick. It's too easy, boys. Shit's way too easy. Yeah, so while that's working on that, well, I kind of want to get status, get checkout stage, get pull. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for these to deploy, which shouldn't take long at all. And then we're gonna migrate away from Go High Level, and we're gonna go to this new one called Adio. Simply because I think it's probably a good starter. And it's for free, and everything that I'm kind of doing in here is free or open sourced. And so for a CRM, I don't want the users of mine to have to pay anything after they pay me for my thing, right? So, and you know, the better option would be to support multiple CRMs. But maybe I'm thinking right now. Yeah. And if I wanna migrate away from this on my own, like, I can. so kind of thinking right now. Yo, what's up, Maz? What's good, dog? What is good, my dog? Let's see what this little cutie's doing. One thing I did want to do with this, actually, I need to like have a, I need to create like a ClickUp or something to like task management and stuff like that.อยู่ไทยไหมครับพี่บ่าวตอนนี้ไม่อยู่ไทยแล้วครับมีอะไรในชีวิตที่บังคับให้เรากลับมาอเมริกาครับผมเซ็งมากเลยแต่มีอะไรเกิดขึ้นในชีวิตคือแบบต้องกลับมาที่สหรัฐเพิ่งคุยกับแฟนเมื่อวานเมื่อ2 วันที่แล้วว่าอยากกลับไปอยากไปอยู่ที่กรุงเทพสักปี2 ปีไม่รู้คิดถึงเมืองไทยมากเลยคิดถึงเมืองไทยจริงๆยังไม่ได้กลับไปตั้งแต่ย้ายกลับมาที่อเมริกายังไม่ได้กลับไปเลยปี2000ต้นปี2024ไหมประมาณนั้นแหละชอบที่พี่ทำคอนเทนต์ที่หาดใหญ่ครับอ๋อที่หาดใหญ่ทำคอนเทนต์ที่หาดใหญ่ด้วยเหรอครับนานมากแล้วจำไม่ได้คอนเทนต์ที่หาดใหญ่ลืมเลยว่ามันเป็นอะไร ใช่แต่คิดถึงหาดใหญ่เหมือนกันคิดถึงเมืองไทยทั้งประเทศเลยก็ตอนนั้นที่อยู่เมื่อก่อนก็อาศัยที่เชียงใหม่ใช่ไหมแต่ตอนที่อยู่ที่นั่นก็ทั่วเที่ยวทั่วประเทศไปกรุงเทพบ้างไปภูเก็ตกระบี่รู้สึกว่าไปที่หนึ่งเรียกว่า300 ยอดอะไรสักอย่างหนึ่งสวยมากเลยโคตรสวยมากเลยอยากกลับไปคิดว่าธันวาปีนี้จะกลับไปสัก 2-3 อาทิตย์รู้จัก Tomorrowland หรือเปล่าครับคือเป็นเฟสติวัลEDM ประมาณเนี้ยครับ Tomorrowland กรุงเทพคิดว่าจะสนุกดีทำไมดูอันนี้ไม่ได้อะอันนี้ไหมใช่นี่แหละธันวาวันที่11 ถึง 13อยู่ที่กรุงเทพมันก็เป็นดนตรี EDM ก็คิดว่าจะไปเข้าร่วมกับเพื่อนเก่าๆด้วยแต่กะว่าจะไป 2-3 อาทิตย์แล้วก็เช่ามอไซค์ บินเข้าไปที่เชียงใหม่แล้วก็เช่ามอไซค์แล้วขับมอไซค์จากเหนือไปใต้แล้วจอดระหว่างทางลองดูน่าจะสนุกดีน่าจะสนุกดี Yeah, so should I migrate away from, oh no. So this should actually self-heal. We'll just give it a second. This is actually gonna, for my tech bros, this is actually gonna self-heal. And I do want to add that feature in there because under the hood, Claude is working on this, but I have really no way of seeing it. I don't think. Platform.claude. I don't think there's any way to see what it's working on in real time, unless it's this. No. Agents. Because it's not specifically an agent. I triggered it to run based on a CI failure. Right, and so I can see it in usage and it'll probably show up for today. One earlier today already ran, so let's just Claude Codeosis. Where are we? Usage. So one already ran today, so this one already ran earlier, but this is 100% running under the hood. But again, I have no way of seeing it. I have no way of knowing that it's actually running. So I do want to do that right now. And honestly, this is something I don't really know too much about. So I'm going to start a new session with Claude. I kind of want to wait until this is done though. Because I don't want to branch off of stage that has a bunch of changes, but this feature actually has nothing to do with this feature right here. Yeah, so I'm just gonna do it. So we're gonna go git checkout -b. Oops. Feature. Whoa. Can you type, dog? Feature. Self heal visibility. So many eyes. Self heal visibility. And let's start a new Claude session. Well, the same one, but just clear context. Clear context and kind of get going with the big master prompt for this. All right, so under the hood, when I push a PR into, or I open a PR, my CI runs, and there's various items in there that get checked. If any of the items fail, our code, our CI pipeline picks that up and feeds those errors back into the LLM, and there's a self-healing loop that kind of kicks off. What I want to do is under the admin route, I want to add a new route that contains visibility into those agents, and when they get started, their statuses, you know, what they're working on, what broke, etc., etc., all the details. I want the first page of it to be just a list items of the runs that have happened. And then when you click through to it, it'll obviously go to like the execution ID or something like that, and then show more details on the granular items that were worked on in that coding session or whatever, the full context into how it got there, what it did, and the outcome, basically. It should have all the standard fields like the commit that made it happen, the run ID, date and time, and all that stuff. And yeah, so we'll start with that very haphazardly written prompt and see where we end up. It's going to kick off a planning session, which is fine because this attempt number 2 has already been done. So it should, I think if I refresh this, it'll probably already be done, to be honest. I thought it would do it in real time, but maybe not. Maybe it won't do it because this already triggered once. I'm not entirely sure. So we'll just give it a couple more minutes, see what happens. But I do want to kick off this so I can actually see what's going on, because that's part of the problem. I don't want to have to wait, right? I don't want to have to wait and see, like, is this working or not? So I want to be able to go in and look and see. Dynamic UI updates, yeah. So all right. So it's running some sub agents, going to finding some details about what I'm talking about, which is great. Yeah, maybe it won't run again. I need to figure that out too, because like there's no visibility into this. And so even if I wanted to show someone like the purchasers of this master repository, show them like what it's doing, I would only be in theory. So I want to make that visible to, oh, see, it did it. Attempt number 3 as we're talking, which is so sick. All right, let's go see what it changed, because it was just an end-to-end failure. And unfortunately, I'm flying solo right now, so no one got to see it in real time, but y'all's lost, to be honest. Okay, so let's go look at this one. The checks of this guy. Go look at the end-to-end test, which is the playwright. And a couple of them failed, right? So some different names. To have URL. Yeah, so some stuff broke. Not sure what it was. Credits used. And then it came in and self-healed. So we can go back in and see what change happened. Okay, so some names changed that we didn't catch during development. Yeah, there's some name changes. So that's one of those things, though. It's like it didn't get caught during dev, and we had to add that in there. So pretty simple fix. But let's go back into Claude usage. So it was Rip cost. I wanted to go there. I want to say it was 54 cents. That was a big one, actually. So I say big. It's not the end of the world. That was $2. So for a quick fix like that will be done in the future 100% autonomously, I'm not terribly worried about it. So, all right, let's see what this is saying. Good, I'm in the design gate now. Before I interview, I need to understand two things from the code base: how the existing admin route shell is built so the new route fits in, and whether the self-healing CI loop actually exists yet. It does, because that determines whether this feature reads from the real data, whether it's also designing the data source. Let me look them both up in parallel. Persist to our DB. Where should the admin surface real self-heal run data from? Read, sorry, I read that wrong. Read the self-heal run data from. The loop currently leaves no record except GitHub Actions logs, which expire in 90 days. Persist to our DB, which is recommended. Read live from GitHub API. No, we'll persist to the DB because it costs us nothing. What is one row in the list? A single agent execution or the whole fixed loop for the PR? One row whole equals whole loop. One row equals whole loop. What is one row in the list? A single agent execution or the whole fixed loop? Yeah, the whole fixed loop. Is V1 read only or should it include operator actions on runs? Operator actions? What do you mean? What do you mean by that? I don't know what you mean by that. View only list of runs, detailed execution view, deep link, out to the GitHub run. I like that. No retry, cancel, retrigger controls. Yeah. No, we don't. Retrigger loop. No. Just read. Just read only. How deep should the execution detail view go? Full context. Attempt 2. Yeah, no, all of it. We want all of that information. So I liked all those questions that it asked, which is sick. Those are all questions that needed answering. So I feel like this is going to be a quiet stream today, but oh, this one failed too. Wait, did it? Or is it still running? Pull requests. That was attempt number 3, so we're going to have to go in and do this manually because it won't do it again. Yeah, I won't do it again, unfortunately, because it's on the 3rd try. And I have a hard gate of 3 because I don't want it to get in this crazy infinite loop and like run database or run API costs through the roof. So that's by design. So this will not run again since it's already ran. Since it's already ran 3 times. Even though the first one didn't actually run. But we don't talk about it. So when this is done, actually I could do it like a separate work tree. Let me go into here, new file, no, new window, open recent, work tree. We'll just do, yeah, we'll do this one. Claude, minimize this. We'll go in the terminal. on. Feature operation. No. What is this called? Operations API management. Operations API management. We'll pull that thing down just to get all the relevant code in there. Start Claude. Dangerously skip permissions. Yes, that's exactly what, oh, 2 S's, duh. Claude dangerously. So this is what all this saves us, right? Having this done in CI. Obviously, I could go fix this really quickly. But we're gonna run it through here because good vibes only. And then go back to this. All right, so it's generating this new spec file. What we're running into right now is the agentic feedback / self-healing loop inside of GitHub. There's no visibility into when it's working, and so when these failed, like when this one failed, and then, when this one failed, and then when this one failed, these were running in the background. These two, obviously at different times, but there was no way of knowing that they were running. So I'm adding a little UI piece inside the boilerplate code to give some visibility into the admin settings down here. I will Yeah, it just sucks because it's not in stage yet. So you can't even see what I'm talking about, but shouldn't be that big of a deal. Because this one's gonna finish here in a second. Yeah, that one's done. So let's start a new term. Get status. Sweet. Let's go read this little doc. The spec plan, self-heal visibility. I want to know what the HE double hockey sticks is going on. I like this. PR, branch, spec slug. Attempt. Okay, yeah, because we had the counts. And succeeded, errored. Okay. Do we have like a running? There's like a running. In progress. In progress. Okay, in progress run. Okay. Sets an in progress run to. Was it the only one of those? Hold on. Self-heal service. CI succeeded, flips, ouch, only in progress runs, never creates. Okay. Yeah, let's run it. Wait, why didn't it ask me these questions? 4 questions. Rollout level 1. Ingest targets prod only. Ingest targets. Ingest targets should be all branches. 2. Retention, keep runs forever or prune at. Prune. Ah, that's going to set up like a cron job though. I guess we can just keep it. I don't want to keep it forever. Prune at 90 days. Full context depth. V1 deep links to GitHub for raw logs / transcript rather than copying prompt into our DB sufficient. 3 yes. 4 I don't know. 3 yes. for, I'm not sure. It got a cold in here actually. Did I already push? Let's go here. Oh yeah, already passed. So we can actually merge that into stage. And then we should be fine. So dumb. Okay. Can I do, oops. Sweet, now we have stage in here. Why did it? Okay. I like work trees now because I kind of know how to use them. So I'm thankful to a lad named Tali that put me on. I understand their purpose now that I've used them a couple times. I'm actually not going to use this. I want to delete this immediately. All right, well, that's working. I wanted to do something else. Let's go back to the landing page. Refresh this. Okay, we're here. What do I want to do? I want to separate these. So like, make like something up here that's like what your users see / what you get under the hood down here. And these will be like demos, what you get under the hood kind of thing. So let's start like, go back in here. I'm actually gonna do it in Claude Code. I'm gonna do it in here. So let's go into code. Let's do a new session. Let's branch off of stage. New work tree, I guess. Just fine. Move it over here so I can kind of look and see what's going on. We'll definitely do ultra code. And let's get going. I want to have clear separation of concerns when it comes to the sidebar and the types of features that the person who is viewing this will see. Because this is a boilerplate application, you know, my target audience are solo founders, indie hackers, non-technical to intermediately technical, you know, solo founders who have a SaaS application idea. And the goal of this whole thing is to give them 90% of what they need to get started as a real business. So I want to separate the sidebar into two sections. The top section will be something like what your users see or what your users get. And then like the bottom section with like space in between, but above the username, like in the same selectable sidebar panel where it like goes to different routes and stuff, it'll show things like the next section would be what you get under the hood or your operations under the hood or something like that. So the example would be, you know, like a dashboard would be something that the users would see, right? Or MCP would be something that their users, I think, would use. But as far as like the credit system, that's a feature that the founder of the SaaS gets under the hood that isn't really the users of their app won't be using that feature. They'll just be consuming the owner of the SaaS's functionality. So, and I foresee us adding more things to that demo, like the credits demo that we have in there or whatever, like maybe post hog stuff or maybe CRM stuff. Open to suggestions on this, but I want to get the conversation started for clear separation of concerns between user-facing features and founder-facing features, I guess. All right, that was a pretty substantial prompt. Let's send it. Oh, I actually want to do that too. While we're doing this. You kidding me, dog? gonna rename it. Okay, I want this one to go away. Don't care. Don't care. I'm gonna go in here, link. Alright, and then I need to go back in here and do no. This is such a cool project. I forgot about this, dude. So many projects have gone to the grave. Sad, dude. Alright, upgrade. Okay. So I think because that's back on, stage.mysec, I think, oops, dashboard. I think these should show. Yeah, there we go. That's why. Because the billing was McGrewed. So this will actually be cool to show people now. Because now when I go into automations, things aren't broken. Well, some things still are, I guess. Yeah, nice. The UI could use some help on this, but it's still a really cool concept. I'm looking forward to building it again. I just love nodes like this and being able to mix and match. It's actually gonna be super cool. I think this is gonna be, it's gonna be huge. It's gonna be huge for me because I need this personally, and I think it's gonna be huge for anyone else who I put onto this too. So I'm stoked. Let's see where this little cutie's at. It's probably asked me some questions I didn't know about. Yeah. API keys, analytics, customer / CRM. Yeah, I guess so. Okay, let's read this. Since your buyers are non-technical, I'd lean for an editorial over engineer terse. The label itself does teaching work. My recommendation is to keep your own phrasing. Top, what your users get. Shorter, product. Bottom, under the hood, or operations. I like this. I'd avoid admin as it reads as enterprise are back, not the founder's cockpit. Where future features land, you ask for suggestions. This is where the two-section model pays off. Every new demo you add has an obvious home. And most good ones are operator features. Right, under the hood, which is the founder cockpit, whatever. Highest value for 90% of real business. Analytics, customer CRM, revenue, emails, transactional, resend style, template config, welcome receipts, password reset, all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. Feature flags, ship dark, gradual rollout, pairs naturally with post-hog. I love this idea. Waitlist, pre-launch capture, invite management, referrals, affiliates. Ooh, I forgot about this part. We need to add that in there. Yeah. Audit log events. Who did what? Builds trust for B2B buyers. What do your users get? AI chat, generation demo, notifications inbox, team workspace collaboration if their product is multi-seat, file upload storage. Yeah, that would be nice actually. Should we build it in? We should probably build it in. 3 decisions I want your call on. Credit split. Do you agree with splitting the usage top from pricing and metering bottom? Or do you want credits to stay as founder only item? Founder only. 1 founder only. 2 where billing and API keys live. I put them under operations, but they're arguably account. They're your plan, your keys. Equally defensible to keep tighter account cluster into the footer. Your taste. Yeah, it's an account. You're right. 3 section labels, what your users get under the hood. Yes. What your users get / under the hood. If I wasn't trying to do this whole series live, I could probably crank on this and be done in like a couple hours. Well, a couple days. But trying to do the whole thing live, even though I'm doing it at midnight, it's like I'm sneaking around doing it, to be honest. But anyone can go back and review everything I did. Is there any other features I want in this in parallel? Oh, that's the one thing. File uploads and storage. So is that that's an under the hood thing. I need to add the referrals and affiliates. Do I want to do this though? God, it's like it's like a hassle. If they wanted to add it, they could, but who should be able to see under the hood? Founder, owner only. Super user, yeah. What happens to the credit balance pill in the footer? Credit balance pill? Oh, keep it. Keep in the footer. How should the two top sections render? Flat labeled section. Each section has a small header label with its own route. Links always visible underneath. What you described. Selectable panel. Collapsible groups. No, all of them. Yeah. I love ASCII diagrams, dude. Call me a basic bitch, but I love ASCII diagrams. You can tell because I created a big one for this. Well, I asked Claude to help me. So, as if I did this on my own, dude, space by space. Yeah, no. Yeah, now that we got this thing crushing, I think I'm going to have to start paying for more usage on Claude because I'm only on the $100 plan right now. And B, what was B? We're going to start turning up the heat as far as like how much we can do in one day, because we're going to be able to start doing stuff in parallel like this, using work trees or using Claude Code desktop or whatever. Like, I'm not going to have to do everything in CI or in the CLI anymore, which I like working the CLI because I like having my hands on it and, you know, knowing what it's doing and so on and so forth. Do not save. But at the same time, it's like these features we're about to build out are pretty easy. So I need to go to app.custom-macros.com and sign in. It's honestly so fire, dude. I created this. I forgot about this one too. I need to text my boy Jay and tell him it's fixed-keyed. But I do need, so I'm gonna start a new little session and work in parallel right here. And maybe I'll do this with Codex because I don't want to eat up my Claude usage. Let's start a new. This is a side quest, by the way, for another business that I have going on with a business partner of mine. He's in the fitness industry, and we created this app. This is actually fire. We created this app. I created this app. It was his idea, but that ingests a bunch of user information, uses the coaches like macros counting calculations and how they like to do things, ingests a bunch of details and information about the person, what they like to eat, what they don't like to eat, the type of foods that they like, any allergies, all that stuff. And it creates how many times a week they like to eat, a day, the types of meals they like to eat, how much variation within the meals, all this stuff, right? And it makes them a day-by-day, week-by-week meal plan based on the selections they made, based on the coach's preferences on how they like to add macros together, whatever. And it adds the weights of all of the foods dynamically to get you to this, right? So meal 1 is oatmeal with peanut butter and blueberries. Tells you exactly how much, so you can count your calories along the way. Meal 2, grilled chicken breast with brown rice and broccoli, 150 grams, 180, broccoli avocado. And it gets them, so their daily goal, so this guy's daily goal is 175 grams of protein, 374 grams of carbs, and 110 grams of fat, because he's trying to bulk, apparently, it looks like. I mean, based on these numbers. And so these ingredients added together equal these macros. These ingredients equal these. And they all, if you were to add them all up, they're really either exact or very close to all of these, which is super fire. I haven't seen anyone do something this like fine detail granulated on custom meal plans dynamically before, especially not in PDF form, which is like the hardest part, is to get all those calculations in a PDF form that you can send to them immediately, right? You don't have to wait. Because what these coaches are doing normally is they're going in and creating this by themselves. They're trying to calculate the amount of food that each one of these needs to get to whatever meal it is. So this does it automatically, which is sick. But I need to go make some updates to it. I'm going to go open folder. Hopefully I didn't delete that one from here, because I haven't worked on it in quite a long time. I may have. Yeah. It's alright. Before I do that, I hate this UI so much. I don't remember where it is. Oh, it's a plugin. Is it this? Probably Anthropic. Oh. Okay. It's already in there. What? I need you to analyze this code base, and we're going to try and remove everything that has to do with Go High Level and just make it all in-house, especially the intake form. I want it to use a package. Can't remember what it's called, but basically it's like a modal that pops up and you can tab or you can click through and answer all the applicable questions. Functions. Oh man, I forgot. Is this two separate? Hold on. What up, Nilla? What up, Nilagiri? I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm working on an app that a business partner and I have going right now that's in production. Just making a quick update to that. But the thing that I've been streaming, it's just running in the background, is a boilerplate application. I don't know why my Nightbot didn't work, but it's a boilerplate application for production level SaaS app that gets you 90% of the way there, as far as like the infrastructure goes. So you could download this boilerplate and start building features and not infrastructure. So you'll get a lot of internal tools that help you. For example, one of the ones that I just finished yesterday or today. Ooh, nice. It's in there. This is going to be cool to show you guys too once this is done. This is what's working right now. But for example, if you have a SaaS app and you have API endpoints, right? You have HTTP requests or HTTP endpoints that you'll give to your users to use, whether it's in app or whether they use it inside of Claude Code, right? I'm not sure why this isn't going here right now. It's probably because it's working super hard. Let me click out of this. 3001. Is this bugged right now? Because it's like tweaking. It's probably because it's adding new database stuff in the UI and there hasn't been done the migrations yet. So I'll show you in a second. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so example, you'll have API endpoints that your users will consume, whether they're in the front end or the back end, right? And if they consume AI stuff in the back end, like under the hood, it's like, let's just say it's a transcript that you're trying to, you let your users get a transcript from a video within your app. You can come in here. You can, there's a credit system that gets shipped with this product. And then you can come in here into operation costs. Let's just say text generate, right? You want to allow them to generate some text. You can come in here and add a new operation. We'll call it generate basic text. And you could edit this if you wanted to, and you just say you want it to cost 20 credits every time they do that. Generate a fixed cost for any operation that uses generative basic text. And then you add that operation, right? Operational cost. Now it's in here, generate basic text. And so now you can go back into your API management. it's fixing stuff in the back end. So like, it's always happens when I'm working on something in the background and then obviously showing someone, it always breaks because of the database migration stuff. I think it's changing. Okay, right there. So now this one, AI text generate, we can come down here and select generate basic text, which costs 20 credits, 20 of these credits, right? We can save that. And then a demo of this in the credit system. We have generate caption, and now it's 20 credits, right? This value is updated dynamically based on what we passed in. So this is gonna like run that API endpoint. Notice this value down here. Well, it's right here. We'll have to, this isn't dynamic, or it is dynamic, but if I refresh the page, it'll update. I do need to change that. But now you get a breakdown of what happened. So you can see 20 credits were deducted. The balance is now 9230, 9230. Shows you what happened, etc., etc. So that's like one of the features. I mean, there's so many features that I'm shipping with this, but that's one of them as an idea. The other one is like a CI/CD thing. So continuous integration, continuous deployment, where I'm definitely going to need to do some database migrations, methinks. All right, the full type check, files, mocked index, possibly undefined. Vitesse transformation doesn't enforce strict null checks, but TSTC does. Okay, I'm going to need to run 2 migrations for this, but I'll show you guys this in a second. Let's go back to here real quick. Oh, I forgot. That's what I was doing. I don't remember. Oh, it's this. It's going to be weird because it's not a mono repo. I always use mono repos, but I didn't on this. Hey, Bucky, I appreciate you, dog. Yes. You should be able to analyze the differences between the two repositories that are in here. Custom dash macros is the application backend, which is on Firebase, and then meals dash AI, which is the front end, which is on Next.js and Vercel. Dude, it always does this for Celis. I need you to analyze what those fields are so that they get mapped correctly with the new flow. Each coach should have their own form that they're able to send to the end user and should be unique to them. And you'll see the field that is applicable in there, which is, oh shoot, what is that now? Functions, orchestrator, services. Is it this? Just trying to remember. I haven't worked on this project in quite a long time. It's kind of running on autopilot right now, which is sick. It's the collection ID. Oops, which is all right. Let's send that off. Let's clear this little cutie out. pnpm install, and then pnpm dev. Let's go back to our browser. Holy tab maxing. Don't care about you, really. Also don't care about you. You can kick rocks, you can kick rocks. All right, I'm actually super stoked about this feature because it's gonna give us visibility into this agentic self-healing loop that has been on my mind to do for a while. It's nothing crazy, but it's in-house. Like, it does it on its own. There's no external services. Okay. Let's do a quick refresh. This is API, which should be running. Okay, credits are running, which is sick. Let's go back into self-heal runs. This is probably going to be empty. Yeah, because... yeah, Prisma.db, whatever. So I'm just going to copy this, tell it to run the database migrations for this. We need to run the database migrations for this implementation in the dev environment. Dang it, I always do that. Nice. This is exactly what I wanted, because these all exist in go high level right now, which is kind of like an anti-pattern for like what we're trying to do. It's not pretty. It doesn't look good. So I want to bring that all in app. I'm actually not going to talk about what I'm doing in here because it's not applicable to what I'm doing on the stream. I'm just doing it in here because I have the time. And yeah, because I have the time. Intake flow, yeah. Okay, cool. So we're gonna go on our same. No. This feature is so new and can be token sensitive. Want to try it? Requires opening a sure, why not? Sure. I don't know what it's offer visual companion for intake flow designs. Interesting. Let's see what this does. This is new. I had to update Codex just now, and it's offering me the ability to open a browser for intake questions. For each coach has their own form. Should a coach have unique link and branding? Unique link question, no. A. Rows only appear once. Agent fixed YAML on main posts and attempt capped. You don't need to restart the API. I think I do. I'm gonna do it anyways. Little cutie. So I think this is gonna be empty because there's no data in there. I think it's gonna be empty regardless. Oh, okay, just kidding. No, no runs. So I wish I could show you guys this healed. Yeah, there's no historical data because the database migrations just happened. But essentially, what this is gonna do is gonna allow us to have visibility into this process, which is something that happens. It's not uncommon for it to happen. So what I do, this whole workflow that I've been going down, which has been working extremely well for me, is the only thing I do is like a big feature planning doc. So like here, I'll go back and forth with Claude or Codex for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, planning out this whole big feature. I approve the feature, it goes and codes it, feature, unit test, end-to-end, internal documentation, public help docs, commits it and pushes it to a feature branch and opens a PR. It doesn't always open a PR. Sometimes I'll open the PR. Actually, the current workflow is I manually open the PR, but this is a decision on my end where I want to do it manually for now. It opens that PR. and runs a bunch of CI/CD tests, right? So like a bunch of these, right? It deploys to staging API. It deploys the staging MCP, deploys the front end, deploys the back end, runs end-to-end tests, does CI and lint checks, etc., etc. If anything fails in there, if anything fails in those CI/CD checks, I'm just going to start saying CI because that's the technical term. If anything runs in CI, which is like all this green stuff for anyone that doesn't know, those errors get caught. Those errors get caught and they get fed back into the coding agent that has full context of what I'm trying to do, and it tries to fix these errors only, right? Whether it's the API, whether it's the end-to-end test, whether it's a unit test or whatever. And so it's working currently. So right here, this one failed. I don't remember what it was. I don't really care. Well, I do know it was actually. It was an end-to-end test that was failing. This fix auto Claude attempt 2 ran automatically, and it fixed that failure. You can see it right here. It fixed the failure. Did some other work in here, merging some other stuff. This right here, another one failed. And fix auto Claude attempt 3. Tried again. This one actually failed again, which is fine. And so I changed it manually. But I didn't want... I have a gate on how many Claude attempts or how many auto fixes can be done, because otherwise I could be sleeping and it could get into this infinite loop. It could get in this infinite loop of fixing itself. And while I'm still testing out this whole thing, I want to make sure that it's not going to charge me crazy out the nose. Because like this is not current. Today's current runs, it only cost me like $2 or something. Yeah, $2.01. 1 cent. For one, the number one didn't run actually. It's way up here somewhere. Yeah, it's way back here. So these 2 runs cost me $2, which is fine. But if this got to like 10 or 20, multiply that, whatever. It's new, so I don't want to just give it free reign. So I max 3 attempts it. I gate that. Anyways, where was I going with that? Anyways, so I don't know when these are being run. I only know currently when they're finished, and it shows up in here. So this one broke, and I was waiting for about 15 minutes between when this broke and between this showed up, and I had no visibility into what was going on in the background. So just now I created this self-healing runs, which pulls data from GitHub in real time, puts it in here, and shows me what's going on under the hood while it's working in real time. So, which is sick. But I need to go in here and see what happened to this. Health check failure. The current survey includes required SMS consent, specifically naming, since the form is shared across coaches who will remove the consent and keep the phone field required. Yes. All right, so let's go in here. I think that failed. This PR is getting sloppy, to be honest. I'm just putting everything in the stage, which I don't fudge. Dude, are you serious? Which I don't like doing, but it's okay. What PR is open right now? Oh, it's into the stage into yeah, the other ones. Dude, why is it doing this? Oh, okay. Yeah, we don't need the consent, to be honest. We're not sending text messages through Go High Level anymore. Survey.js form. Let me look at this. Ooh, nice. Everything passing this, which is sick. Let's merge that into stage. Survey.js form. Build custom forms. Is it free? Is it open source? React, I want to say I've used this before. We'll do Survey.js. Is that music actually like ridiculously loud? I wonder if you needed to turn down the music a little bit. I think it's a little better. Let's go back into, why does this keep doing that? Let's go back into GitHub. This guy, go into stage. Let's fix this, whatever error's going on in here. Deployment failed. Let's go into deploy logs. Redis not set. I think this is just a database thing. Database migration thing. Ah, shoot. Dude, please. I beg of thee. Yeah, I think this is just a big... Where did stage MCP go? Oh, this is just the PR and it skipped the MCP because it didn't make any changes. fairly certain this should just work out of the box, though, to be honest. If we go back into PR... Like 2 minutes ago. Oh, self-heal. See? This is what I'm talking about. So I wonder if we go back into all, if this will be in here. Probably not, because it's in stage, and this is in dev. So this staging one, this is what I'm talking about. So this one failed. I forgot that I even had that under the hood. I didn't even need to do it. Such a silly, goofy guy. Where is GitHub? GitHub. This is beautiful, actually. I wonder how much that costs, though. It probably costs a lot. Pull requests. Now it's green. Self-heal whip. Wait. Oh, it's just because just kidding. Alright, well, I'm gonna merge this into main. Wait, what? Cancel. This is one outdated. Okay, yeah. I use mainly JavaScript, some Python, but JavaScript and Node. Sorry if I missed your message. I don't know when you sent this, but my my browser's just... Yeah, my bad. My bad, dog. I was dialed. Am I even real? That's funny. No, this is my stack, dog. Bro, imagine if I was like an AI bot just doing this. This is the stack, dog. It's in the link in bio too, or link in description if you want to go check it out yourself. I need to update this landing page. It was like the first thing I did because I think that's like one of the most important things you can do when you're building anything is start with a basic ass landing page. But yeah, this is the stack. I want to say there's some other stuff in here too, but yeah. I appreciate you calling my shit out though, dude. It's like, bro, are you even trying to stream right now? Big code changes. Let's kill this little cutie. pnpm install those new packages. pnpm dev. Oops, pnpm dev. let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. That's what I was doing. Back to that other project. Oh yeah, I forgot about this one. Feature sidebar sections. I totally forgot about this. Forgot this was working in the background. All right, get checkout feature. What was it called? Sidebar sections. Sidebar sections. It's already used by another work tree. Nice. So I can't. So how do I? That's one thing I don't know how to do within here is how do I detach it? Create a PR, create a draft PR. We'll create. How do I make it get off of this work tree locally? Is it right here? Open in, we'll just do this, VS Code. Is that a new terminal? Or use the old one? Or sorry, a new VS Code? But this is what I don't know. I also hate that it named it something like this. It needs to name it something more universal. So let's go. Okay, it took over my other one, which is super annoying. Terminal. PNPM installiosis. PNPM dev. Let's go back to this one. I recommend. And let's go in to the front end. Guess I need to sign in. Could not send code. Try again. I don't remember which one it is, dude. Dev. Users. That's not good. Oh, this environment. That's the problem with this, dude. So instead of doing this, I'm not copying all of the environment variables over here because that's a freaking nightmare. Clear, get, check. Feature / literally anything off. Clear. I'm gonna go open recent, just my regular launch Toku. And now I'm gonna get checkout feature / sidebar sections. Yeah. No, it's not. I promise it's not. What if I quit this? God dang it. All right, I'm not doing this, dude. I'm just deleting. I'm deleting that workspace since it's already in CI. Wait, work. Claude work trees. Okay, weird. Claude work trees. I think I can just delete this. Let's see what happens. Oh my god, dude. Am I? Am I actually? Okay. Jeez. I just want to see these changes. Just trying to see these changes, little cutie. I should already be signed in, actually. Yeah. Well, these aren't. Oh no, did it not even commit it? And I just deleted it? And I deleted it from deleted too? Am I that dumb? That would be crazy. I could have sworn it said it pushed it to remote. Oh, it didn't. That's really funny. That's super annoying. What happens if I, it's not going to be in here either. That's silly. I could have sworn it said it committed it already. That's why I deleted it, but it's whatever. I ain't stressing about it. worked on this project in so long, dude. It's like I don't remember anything about it, to be honest. It's just been kind of running. Did it actually do it this time? Because it said it did that last time. I don't think it actually did. Okay, so it did. Are you kidding? Like, did it actually? Okay. I'm confused right now. Okay, cool. Yeah, it did it. Nice. All right, bet. I like that. Because I deleted that one. Unassigned. Fui. Yeah, this is sick. This is going to be huge. I like that a lot. All right, what is that cutie's little done? I do need to do this. All right, well, let's work it. I'll be right back. That's kind of cool. Continue the session in Claude desktop. Can I continue it from my phone? This isn't Tmux. This is just a basic node environment, I thought. Let's see in here. That's weird. I don't even know what Kitty is, but I'm gonna do this one.